Hey, it's me, OGDuffy, and I told you guys I was going to be back doing a full review of this Arcade 1-Up Star Wars cab, and that is exactly what we're doing for you guys here today, okay? When this got announced, I was over the moon, honestly. This is the second release of the Star Wars cab by Arcade 1-Up. I mean, the first a few years ago struggled getting here to the UK. Smith's Toys, I believe, were going to be selling it, but unfortunately, they had to cancel all orders. So people who got them had to import them themselves from America. Now, I got mine from Liberty Games. I cannot fault them. An absolutely amazing company. I do understand there's a certain high street shop called Game, yes, them, that are taking pre-orders for this. My advice to you guys, avoid Game at all costs. Their customer service is shocking, but if you follow my channel, you know why, and you've seen the evidence on previous videos. But anyway, guys, Liberty Games. If you want this, Liberty Games. So, it's amazing. It took me right back. Now, I have real love for the original Atari Star Wars game. For me, Star Wars has always been a massive influence, especially on my early years. I absolutely loved it. It just took me away as a child, you know. I remember videotaping the very first Star Wars film when it was on one Christmas. And I watched it pretty much every night after school. I was just fascinated with it. And I still am. As you can see, I mean, from Lego to video games on many systems. I just love anything Star Wars related. I've got toys up in my loft there still. You know, the magic loft where them retro treasures just appear from. So when this come available, guys, I just had to have it. Because you know me, the OG, be rude not to. Now we're going to show you the gameplay on the different games this comes with. I'm going to show you the settings, I'm going to show you the differences. It makes lots of noises. I'm going to show you the differences between this version and the previous Arcade 1-Up cab. We're just going to get right into it, guys. And then right at the end, I'm going to turn all the lights off, my main lights up there, and I'm going to show you the glow of all the screens going in the room at once, because it looks really good, guys, all right? So let's go grab a beer and let's jump straight on this bad boy. Got plenty of stock in the fridge and loads of unique beers I've never even had before. So let's dig down, let's see what I come up with. Right, we are going to the continent, guys, with a German beer. Excuse my pronunciation of these because they're always ropey, but you guys know that language wasn't my best thing subject at school. This is from Dresden, which is in Germany, Dresden, and it's called Feldschlöppchen. Feldschlöppchen. If I mispronounce that, which I know I have, and you know the proper pronunciation, drop it in the comments as always, guys. But more importantly, let's get this cracked open, let's get it poured, and let's get it tasted. So this beer, which is from Dresden, this is my bottle opener, open bottle here. Free beer tomorrow. I can tell you guys, if you're ever lucky enough to come and visit me here in the games room, then I can assure you it's always free beer. Excuse that sound. We all know what that is, guys. Yes. Thank you. It is already with me. Let's get that beer opened. Now, before the arcade machine decides to start shouting out oddities again, let's get this one consumed. Or tasted, shall we say. Right, here we go. Let's get that all-important pour going on. Doing it in an Xbox glass this week. Don't know why an Xbox glass. It was just the first one to hand. Oh, I didn't pour that particularly well. Got a bit of a continental head going on with this one. Well, it is a continental beer after all. So here we go, guys. It's not the strongest, this one. I think it's 4.5%. 4.5%. So not the strongest lager. But hey, I've got a can in there that's 9 point something. I'll save you that for a very special occasion. Let's get this one tasted. That's good. Very nice. Not sharp. That ain't going to last 2 minutes, that one. It's cold, it's wet, it's alcoholic. What's not to love, guys? Let's get to that all-important arcade machine. This is the Arcade 1-Up Star Wars cab. As I say, this is the 40th anniversary edition. Now, as you can see here, I'm going to show you the differences. So the main difference you can see or notice between this and the previous released version is this riser at the bottom. As you can see here on this version, the graphics, that beautiful side art from Star Wars, it carries through onto the riser itself, which is a real nice piece compared to the original release. And there's this here, looking at the very front now. As you can see, the original had like this graphic showing the 3 games, but this one here, it's got a light up coin door. It's fake coin door. It does not accept coins, guys. So before you start thinking, oh, can I put money in that? No, you cannot. I'm sure you could probably make some amendments or adjustments if that was really your thing. But as you can see there, it just looks brilliant. Now remember, do stick around to the end because I'm going to show you all these machines lit up with the lights off. It's looking great. Anyway, let's get it switched on. Powering it on. Now excuse the light, I've turned the light down to stop reflection and that, but I don't know how great these cameras work in low light conditions. But when we get the screen and that going, I'm hoping it'll be alright, okay? So you can go, it boots up, has like an Arcade 1-Up boot screen, and it comes up with some basic information. Now the original there, as you can see, was 2019, the original Arcade 1-Up cab was released. The front and the settings, to my knowledge, are all exactly the same. The only difference between the two machines is the aesthetics, which I showed, the coin door and the riser. So let's get into the settings and the gameplay. Okay, as we can see here, we have a choice of 3 games. Now this controller really comes into its own. As you can see, it moves very well. It's good. So, the 3 games are the original Star Wars, which was from 1983 by Atari. Then we have The Empire Strikes Back, again by Atari, 1985. And Return of the Jedi, which was very different because it wasn't vector like these two here, the 2 original games. Again, released in 85 by Atari, I believe. Now, with each one of these, you've got these cogs down here, which I'm pointing at now. And as you can see, they control the settings for each game. So if we go into the first game here, just hitting the trigger or the thumbs to go in. So you have starting shield, you can change that. You can play difficulty, moderate, hard, hardest, easy, bonus shield 0, music in attract mode, yes or no. Vector glow, I haven't played with this much. You got standard, none, sparkle, bright and bold. Okay, I'm just going to keep it on standard. Reset the highest scores, no, and save and exit from there. Okay, so that's the settings that you can do on this version of the game. So let's go and play a quick version of this. Now, growing up, you get this nice cutscene in between every game when you select it, okay? Now, as you can see there, it's just so, for me, this just takes me right back, it really does. So you press your triggers.
Let's try it, standing by.
And I'm here, I'm going to go straight for the medium, just to show you guys how the play works. But I'm sure you know, it's all vector based. These very colourful like stars that come towards you are their shots from the TIE fighter. So you have to get rid of them before they hit you and knock your shields down. And of course you're trying to destroy the TIE fighters like that and that there. That's Vader's ship. Bit tougher that one, you can't destroy that one.
Good try, I'm going in.
Now I loved the digitised speech on this back in the day. It was the closest you could get to being in a Star Wars spacecraft, it really was. I'll just play through the level once, show you guys how it works so you get the general idea, and then we'll move on to The Empire Strikes Back. And I'll give you a little abbreviation in between each one, my thoughts on the game, etc. Oh, losing loads of shields there, guys. I shouldn't be, but I am. That's really bad. Okay, trench run coming up. Now, if you use the Force, it basically means you don't fire any shots when you're doing these runs, but I don't trust old Ben Kenobi, you know. I think he's a bit of a wrong one. So I'm just going to hopefully reach the end without losing all my shields. I've only got 3 shields left. This is a really bad example, guys. But we're reaching near the end to get to the port, to get the phone. There we go. So that's the level done. That's the basic gameplay of the very original. And it starts again, gets faster and harder, as you can see. Okay, so now to come out of the games, let's just let that game end. Now to get back to the menu, you hold your 2 triggers and your 2 triggers here, all 4 buttons, for 5 seconds. And as you can see now, it's taken us back to the menu where we have the games. Okay. Now, Empire Strikes Back here. I've just gone in. I didn't look at the settings. They're very similar to the other one. It's a game that passed me by back in the day. So I've been playing a little bit of it, and I've been enjoying what I've played of it. So it's very similar. It's very similar. Yes, thank you, and with you. Anyway, it's just an advancement, I think, on the original Star Wars. So here we are. These are the Probots that were from the Empire at the beginning on the ice planet of Hoth. So you have to destroy these guys. Again, they shoot at you, so you just avoid them. And as you can see, them strange things that are flying up, that's them sending the signal of where the base is to
prepare your troops for a surface attack.
I love the digitized speech. As you can see there, got the attack walkers. Slightly different looking fire. You can fire your cables to bring them down, or you can blast them. Little ATSTs there. You have to hit them in them red windows to destroy them.
Is with you. About the evacuation.
Just such good fun.
I want that ship, not
we're in the Falcon now. Got TIE fighters attacking us, and then we have to navigate a asteroid field. Very similar, of course, to Empire itself, which is my favourite film of the original trilogy. I just think it's the darkest, you know.
The son of Skywalker must not become a Jedi.
Did alright there.
Nowhere to go.
Oh, my shield. I've only got 1 shield left. I could be in trouble here. I'm down to 0 shields. Oh! This is getting tight.
We're coming out of the asteroid field.
Thank you, C-3PO.
He could destroy us.
So there you go. That's the that's basically how
join us or die.
Empire works. All right. So it's great fun.
Hit the ground area.
And we're going to come out again. I'm holding the triggers down, and that's taken us back to the menu. I'll just quickly show you the settings for Empire. I don't think there's a lot difference between this one and Star Wars. A starting shield, play difficulty, hard, hardest, easy, moderate, hard, hardest, easy. Jedi letter mode, level, increment only, increment, level only, level. Music and attract, vector glow. Again, I haven't played with any of them yet, so I don't know how they look really. Just keep that on none. Keep it on actually. Let's just put that on standard. Reset eye scores no, and save and exit. Now we're going to go to Return of the Jedi. Unfortunately, the only bad thing about the Return of the Jedi game is there was no Jabba the Hutt level. Can you imagine that? Anyway, quick settings look at. Now these are quite important. You've got starting lives, your bonus every 30,000, medium level, scan lines, okay? Now I'm going to show you the scan lines on and the scan lines off, and I want you to tell me in the comments, what do you prefer? So first off, we'll do it with the off, all right? Now the scan lines, when they're on, resemble the original Atari Arcade machine, a lot more authentic. So we're coming into this one now, getting that cutscene, and this is it without scan lines.
The security deflector shield will be deactivated when we have confirmation of your code transmission. Leave them to me. I will deal with them myself.
Again, very different.
Wait for me!
Okay, so you start off on the speeder bikes, or the on the planet of Endor. You can knock these guys into trees or blast them like that. Ewoks do help you out on this level, which I'll show you in a moment. Here we go. So you go through. The Ewoks can trap the stormtroopers on their speeder bikes like that. And then obviously you get a bit more foraging. Have to avoid the...
Wonderful. We are now a part of the tribe.
We're part of the tribe, guys. C-3PO. Bit of Lando there. This can get tricky. Navigating these, as you can see there, I crash very often doing this.
Unlock onto the front of the power source. It should be the power generator.
And as you can see, graphically, it wasn't vector like the other two original games. So it took a very different approach by Atari on this one. Do I like it as much? Well, we're going to come to all that in a minute. I'll go through my reviews of the games. Right, okay, you've done that, so we're destroying it. Now this bit is hard as, mate. So you've got to fly out and avoiding all of those barriers. But they're obviously going backwards. Whoa, nearly had me. Get in there, get in there, get in there. Don't get confident. There, I'm out. Awesome. So we destroyed the Death Star. Oh, mate. Great bit of gameplay this for you guys. Right, it starts again. But once you get through this first stage on this one, it gives you a new stage to play. Okay? I went straight in on the easy level. I can't remember if it gives you the option to skip a few levels or not on this. I don't enter them logs. I always struggle. I always end up crashing. I need my Ewok mates to help me out, you know. Here they are. Yeehaw! They're cool little characters. Oh, crashed out. Still got 5 lives. Another bonus due at 90,000. Oh, what am I doing? I'm not even thinking there. Sorry, guys. Right, now we get that extra level that I was telling you about. That slightly different level. We'll go and take a look at that now. Here it is. Chewy. Okay, you can move forward and up. But this interjects, it changes scenes, so you'll see in a minute. We go from this and then we go to the Falcon with some other jet supporters. Here we go. So you've got to make your way along against the Star Destroyers. And obviously if you hit these rolling logs...
I have a really bad feeling about this.
Yeah, so do I. But there you go, as you can see. So we're now there. Oh, I've lost one of the X-Wings. Ouch. That had to hurt. And that just takes you back to the Death Star run. Oh, mate. Not doing so well there. Alright, anyway. Right, we're going to come out of this now. So I'm holding in all 4 triggers, and we're going to have a look at it with the raster lines on. And I want you guys to tell me what you prefer, all right? I'll tell you my preference at the end. But here we go. So I'll pop them on. So we want scan lines on. Save and exit. Right, let's go and have a look at it with the scan lines on. And guys, in the comments, what do you prefer? Scan lines on or off? I'll put a little bit of video together as well. I'll show you them side by side so you can make a decision as well, alright?
The security deflector shield will be deactivated when we have confirmation of...
To me, this looks a lot more authentic to the original arcade. Okay. Raster monitors, I believe. But see a bit of lineage going across here. I don't know if I'm fully loving of that, but...
Scan lines on or off? Drop it in comments, guys. Which one do you think looks better? Scan lines were with the original cab. Scan lines off are not. Comment.
But you soon sort of your eyes adjust to it. So we'll play through this first level here. And we'll just get into the thing so we can see the lines and see what you guys prefer.
Wonderful. We are now at the top of the pipe. Here goes nothing.
Right, so obviously this is the same as the other two games. It starts off easy, it gets harder as you play through, you know. Both are very, well, all three are very challenging in a good way, alright. So that shows it with the raster lines. We're going to come out now, or the scan line should I say. It's a raster monitor, I believe. So let's give my opinion and thoughts and beliefs on all this. So my thoughts, my verdict on the Arcade Star Wars 1-Up machine, the 40th anniversary edition. Now, need to know, no rocket science to tell you, I'm a massive Star Wars fan of the original trilogy. So for me, I was on a winner straight away. The sound on this really surprised me. The sound level you could hear in the video was at level 10, okay? It's just a little button, you just press left or right and it just says volume on the screen up and down, which I'm showing you now, okay? So you can see how that works. And, you know, I had an extra 5 there, so you could hear I had to raise my voice slightly to be heard over the sound of the game. And the sound isn't distorted anyway. It's really good. It's clear. It's decent, you know? The screen. A lot of Arcade 1-Up people on forums and stuff say some of the screens could be washed out on some of the other Arcade 1-Up cabs. For me, this is fine. I have no issues with it that I've seen anyway. I think it's perfectly good. It's a good solid machine. It feels sturdy. Now, size-wise, I'm 5'9", all right? Now, when I was building this in that video there, I was putting it together. Before I put the pedestal it sits on, I was like, this is small, you know, this is small. I mean, if I took it off the riser, it'd probably stand about that, I suppose, you know, probably the same sort of height as the telly. And I'll be like, yeah. But as soon as you get the riser, it was fine for me. Now, I've also got the Arcade 1-Up bar stools that I use with the extenders on, and that's it's perfect height, okay? So I can't fault that either. Would I buy another one of these? Yes, I would, but it would have to be a unique game for me, a game that I really, really like. Because obviously I've got the bar top and I've got the Pandora's box and I've got the consoles. So I've got all the arcade games I want, really, except for that. Now, the reason I had to have this, not just because it's Star Wars and they're 3 absolutely stunning games, it's the controller. You can't emulate this without that controller. I mean, you can emulate it on MAME or whatever, of course you can. But the problem would be, on a joystick with a button, it just wouldn't play very well. So kids, don't be tempted. Do not install this on MAME. Do not. It'll just ruin the whole experience. It has to be on a yolk controller. It really does. There might be flight simulator controllers or something it works on well. I don't know. But anyway, coming to each individual game, Star Wars, the original. I love that game. I have so many fond memories of it. I've just been a huge Star Wars fan, and it took me right back. The digitised speech and everything. It's as close growing up as you could get to being in the Star Wars universe and being part of Star Wars itself, you know. So for me, nostalgia kicks in every time. Empire Strikes Back, a game I hadn't played much of. I remember playing it once, and it was on Western Supermare Pier. And we went down for a family holiday. I was only young. And I remember being on the Pier Arcade and they had a row of them, like sit-down cabs. And I thought, it's the Star Wars game, like the original. But it wasn't. So I didn't know what to do. And I was all confused and that. I was only young. And I thought, oh, well, no, I wanted the original. So I didn't really play it. Now I've replayed it, I'm really enjoying it. I would go as far as say I enjoy it as much as I do the original. It's just different. So it gives you a completely different spin on things. And of course, and then we come to Jedi. Oh, what's not to love about Return of the Jedi? And we all remember Return of the Jedi, that one infamous scene. Oh, yes, a certain princess in a very nice costume. That deserves a swig of beer. But anyway, guys, I digress. Thinking of Jabbity out again tonight. Anyway, so I played that and I'm really enjoying that as well. So out of the three of them, I'll be honest, I'm going to say for me now, they're all on a par because I'm setting my own little scores and I keep going back and playing them and all that and just trying to beat my personal best, you know. So 2 questions for you guys. Question number 1. Which of the original trilogy of Star Wars arcade games that we saw there is your favourite and why? Because let's be honest, we're all different ages, we're all from different generations, so we'll all have different memories, you know. And the second question, yes, scan lines for Return of the Jedi, yes or no? What was your preference? What did you think was better? Okay, for me, I've got used to the scan lines being on. I didn't think I would. And now I'm quite liking the scan lines. So I'm playing it now with the scan lines on. Just my personal preference. I've tried scan lines before on emulators and things and I weren't keen. But on that, I think it works. I think it's quite nostalgic maybe. I don't know. So anyway, guys, as I promised you, let's get the lights turned down. And let's show you the room lit up without any main lights. Just the glow of the machines. So this is the games room now, illuminated. So I've got my nice big screen there. As you can see, that's used mainly for my console playing and everything else, which I'll keep down there. I've got some more to get out and sort out. And then we come to the new machine. Yes, this is it here, the Star Wars. As you can see, nice light up marquee there. Nice colourful screen. And of course we scroll down and the coin door there lights up nicely too. So that's the back wall of the games room now, looking very nice. And of course, excuse me, that TV there has ambilight, so I can turn that backlighting off if I want to have it slightly darker. And then we come to along the wall here. See, I've got my bar top, which is absolutely amazing. I love that machine. I go to that so much. It's currently playing Star Wars Arcade on the Sega 32X, that is. Very nice too. And then we've got the Pandora's box here. Marvel superheroes. A fighter. Great little game again. The buttons and that all light up nice on that. Look, so that's nice. And of course my buttons there all light up as well. But the most important section now. There we go, the OGDuffy bar sign, and we come down a level to the fridge. Now, as you can see here at the very bottom, the camera might not be picking this up too well, but let me just get that on. Give me a minute. It lights up. My fridge lights up, so I don't really need that lit up as well. Excuse me. But as you can see there, I've got loads and loads of beers. Beers from around the world. They're all different then. So that is it, fully lit up. I hope you like it, guys, as much as I do. I just spend so much time out here now, I really do. I mean, Friday nights here now are just me, beer fridge, man cave, video games. What's not to love, guys? If this is your thing, drop me a follow, a like and all that, and subscribe, because it'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? I hope you enjoyed that video as much as I enjoyed playing and making this one. This is just amazing, and I'm just so happy, honestly, out here, you know what I mean? What's not to be happy, guys? Anyway, thanks for watching as always. Comments, scan lines, yes, no, anything, any questions, just ping them there and I'll answer them for you guys. Honestly, thank you very much. If you haven't already, do so, hit subscribe. And if you haven't already watched that video or that video, go and give them a watch. I made that one ages ago and it did get many views. It's really interesting. It's about the history of Atari Star Wars games. I've always had a fascination with them, so go check that one out. And that one there is all about how this got built and how it all comes together, okay? So if that interests you, check that one out too. I've been OGDuffy. You guys have been awesome. May the force be with you. Cheers.